Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Cincinnati Bengals. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says, let's take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second down. It's Howard. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Brissett. And this one complete to Smith. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy. Team showed up. Undercrunch. 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 Whip, whip. Whip, whip. Watch the whip. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Shift, shift, shift. Watch the shift. Look at me. Go, go. Ready, ready.
On first down, Mayo. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
X3. 218. Chop it. Slam. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. That one, a first down pickup of 8. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football, overtime, when you do it consistently, it usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check the outs, check the outs, check the outs. He's checking. Recon, 152 fighter. Check. Watch twist. Hey, check 24, check 24. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Slam. They go.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Check 50, check 50. Wide, get wide. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
On 2nd down now, Mayo. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
60 Pittsburgh. Don't get nervous now. Don't get nervous. Tight dog. Check the backer.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. 60 or. Kill. 2 draw portrait. Shit. Watch the eye. Sponge. No. Check 3. Hard. 3, check 3. 5.
On 2nd down, Mayo. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Off the play fake. Kerr. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. He's going to field this at the 4. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Running with Howard. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Now Howard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett, wide open receiver, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Yeah, 50 flag. Mike 54. They want this. Check 13. Check 13. Hatchet. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Come on, set. Come on, Pittsburgh. Check. Walk 54. Switch up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brissett. They'll set up the screen to Howard. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Here's Brissett. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. The open man is Smith. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he gets it down to the 32.
That's it, baby.
To keep for good. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a give right side. It's Parker. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
I'm going back to you. Set. Check.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. A good run on first down. It's got him very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, Mayo. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy. Hit it. Watching you fly. So we got men. 22-jet bomber. Ready.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Switch gears. Check 4. Switch. Check. Tighten up. Leo. Check 31.
They'll try and run for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now Brissett. And he finds Howard complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Brissett sets to throw it. Complete. Smith has it. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. They'll throw again. Brissett. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. A final shot before break. Kerr going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground. Mayo. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Mayo, and he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Brissett to throw on first. And he rifles one incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run with Howard. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
He's coming, we got double up.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw, Brissett. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Off play action. Kerr going deep downfield into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try the left side. It's Parker. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett gets this to his running back, Jordan Howard. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. To throw is Brissett. He's got Smith here. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Probably helps your confidence level on those 4th down sneaks to have a quarterback as tall as he is.
Yeah, you're talking about being able to extend at the end and make sure the ball gets to the 1st down marker, but also he has to be able to drop his hips and get down behind that offensive line in order to move forward, because if he just runs it straight up and down, you and I both know that they'll snap him backwards. Well done there, well executed. We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams, and there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd and 10, Brissett, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jordan Willis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone. for a touchback.
Ready, break.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Off the play fake. Kerr. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Watch the screen.
From the gun, Kerr. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Kerr. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Protein spill.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up.
On 1st and 10, Kerr. It's complete. Stills. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Throwing on first down, Kerr. And Stills bringing it in. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and it's 2nd down.
Ready up. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hut. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. 80 weapon. 36.
And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On the
All
ready.
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Ready.
On 4th down, Kerr. And that is incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints will have the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. They'll run on 1st down. Potter. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the whip.
Now a give, right side. It's Potter, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. The Saints on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing, Brissett. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And Lutz puts this one through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm. And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This is Howard on second down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And sometimes things come together exactly like you want. It's not just been the volume of carries he's had in this contest. It's been the production as well.
A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. Potter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively?
Did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Saints, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.